folks, Marie here for some Real Talk with Coffee. I wanted to hop on here today to talk about this myth that I know I have encountered as a parent, as a working parent, as someone who's just busy doing all the things. Like many of you, and it's a myth that comes up quite a lot in the workshops I do and when I work with other parents talking about time management and organization. And here's the myth. The myth is that if you value something, if something's important to you, if you can feel in your core that it's important to you, or it's something that you want to, that you do care about, it'll rise to the top of your attention, or it'll rise to the top of your time. And then if it doesn't, right? So let's say you're like, oh, I really want to spend some quality time with my kids, but it doesn't happen. Like it doesn't happen naturally. What happens is then we beat ourselves up over it. We think that somehow if the things that we value aren't rising to the top of our time or the top of our attention, it either means one, we don't really value them, or two, something's wrong with us. That's the myth. Neither of those are true. The truth is that the things we value, we still need to put some planning or some attention or some energy into making time for them. We sometimes have to plan to do the things we want to do. Sometimes we have to plan to do the things we value. That doesn't make it, that's not a problem. That's not something that's wrong with us. And I'm realizing more and more that this is one of the biggest sort of myths we have to bust early on when we're talking about time management or getting organized or setting priorities, any of those things when we talk about creating balance. We have to start with busting this myth. So I want to say here and now, think about something in the next few weeks, something that you value, whether it's a certain way you want to interact with your child, or maybe it's a certain project at work or a certain part of your career that you do really value. You need to plan ahead to make time for it, to plan to work on it. Because if you don't, here are the things that rise to the top of our attention and time. Checking email, checking text messages, figuring out what the heck we're doing for dinner, figuring out what the heck we're packing for lunches, figuring out what the heck we're going to eat because the last time we ate was a granola bar on our way somewhere. If we are left to our own devices, the things that fill time and space in our lives are the small little things, usually not the ones we value. And it's okay that we need to do a little bit of work ahead of time to make time for what matters most to us. Doesn't mean we're broken. It just means we need the right tools to make it happen. So I just wanted to share that with you, that that's a big myth. And if you can start by busting that myth and recognizing that making time for what you value is a natural and normal part of the process, you are well on your way to making time for what matters most, which is really the essence of creating balance on your own terms. All right, as always, check out more resources and upcoming workshops at www.createbalancedlife.com, and I'll see you later.